What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. While the wrestling world seems to be revolving around Wrestlemania this week, that doesn't mean AEW Dynamite is taking a sabbatical. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Dynamite, as well as the latest wrestling news, including Becky Lynch's new look, Cena says he'll never defeat this AEW star, an AEW star exiting the company, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, CM Punk, championship in sight. AEW has dropped any subtlety about CM Punk's wish for a championship around his waist. Fans couldn't be happier. AEW was wise in not pushing Punk into the championship scene so quickly after his 8-year absence from the ring, as not only would it have been hotshot booking, but it would have devalued Kenny Omega's remarkable AEW World Championship reign by having Punk win after a lengthy absence. And now Punk has still shown that he can deliver the goods in the ring and on the microphone, and fans will be eager to see him go for the gold. And with any luck, Punk can win the world title and possibly restore lapped fans. If nothing else, he can help move on from an Adam Page world title reign that's been lacking in vitality, largely due to the bad booking and uneven opponents. Number 2, Toni Storm debuts in AEW. And does AEW need another ex-WWE talent? Well, 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. But Storm is someone the WWE clearly dropped the ball on, and she brings too much to the table to let her work elsewhere. Storm is only 26 years old, but she's been in the grappling game since she was a teenager, and it shows. While AEW's women's division has improved a lot in the past 6 months, there's still room for someone with her skills. And while it may sound shallow, Storm's sexiness, evident by her OnlyFans account blowing up, could bring in male fans who haven't given AEW a try. Storm has the potential to become a breakout star and take the women's division to new heights. If nothing else, at least fans shouldn't expect to see her take any pies to the face. Number 3, Max Caster dropping bars. Max Caster is a perfect example of how a wrestler has to get over in AEW when a majority of people wrestling are exceptional wrestlers and being a good worker just isn't enough. And Max has done a fantastic job getting over, largely thanks to his razor-sharp raps. He's the type of performer who has the ring skills to put on good matches, but his real value is as a personality. Anyone familiar with AEW knows the promotion is bloated with talent, and for many wrestlers, the only way to stand out is by their personalities, whether it's Caster's clever raps or factions such as a House of Black, where Malachi Black and company have created dark personas to command the fans' attention. We're pretty sure that Max Caster was dying to get that Will Smith line in first. Number 4, FTR face turn coming. It looks like the rumors about FTR, aka Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler turning babyface could be true. Judging by last night's segment between the Pinnacle members MJF and FTR, that should be happening any week now, as there's clearly some conflict between MJF and FTR. MJF's pathetic attempt to get the tag team to side with him against Wardlow proved futile, leading to questions as to what's next for both the Pinnacle and FTR. While FTR are both huge fans of Bret the Hitman Hart, with AEW even dropping subtle hints about them bringing the excellence of execution in as their manager, Bret hasn't shown any enthusiasm about coming to AEW on a regular or even semi-regular basis. Hart could be working the fans, so we'll just have to wait and see, but regardless, the Pinnacle is in bad shape as FTR's exit will leave the faction with Shawn Spears and MJF. It's possible MJF might bring in replacements. Let's hope it's not the Gun Club. The Pinnacle has been treading water for so long that it might be time to go with a new direction. On a side note, major points to FTR for their lawyer-friendly NWO gear. That gear slaps so hard. And number 5, giving Andrade a strong win. He's been on a bit of a losing streak the past few weeks. Now, Andrade's win over Darby Allin was a much-needed win after months of losses and infrequent wins. It's hard to believe any Andrade fan would make the case that AEW has given him a substantial push, but last night's win over Allin could be a step in the right direction. As some fans believe Andrade isn't a main event talent or even an uppercard star, but unless he's given the chance to get over, we'll never know, and it'll be hard to justify AEW signing him. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, save the Swantons. Should Jeff, or even Matt Hardy for that matter, be doing Swantons anymore? While nothing short of quadriplegia is going to stop the Hardys, particularly Jeff, from performing high-risk moves, we're cringing every time we see Jeff put his safety on the line. Jeff is always going to take sick bumps, but he needs to reserve them for a special occasion like big pay-per-view matches rather than during television bouts or here during a run-in to help Darby Allin and Sting. Brother Nero's well-known issues with pain make it counterproductive for him to punish his body every week with meaningless spots, and as older wrestlers like Rey Mysterio have shown, it's possible to adjust your style so you can entertain the fans without feeling the need to perform a daredevil move just to top your last one. I mean, let's just look at that swanton. Number 1, Jeff went full force on him, putting all of his weight on him. And number 2, he nearly didn't over-rotate properly enough. You'll see his head just about misses the canvas. And number 2, missing some major matches. Last night's Dynamite was lacking in any major matches. By that we mean something that felt like there's stakes involved, whether there be a title or a chance to even a score. While the Owen Hart Cup match was meaningful, it paled to something like a title bout or a grudge match. AEW provided plenty of entertaining matches, but fans are conditioned to expect this, and if AEW wants to bring in new fans or lapsed fans, they need to step up their game. Not every Dynamite has to have barbed wire and thumbtacks, as there should be just at least one marquee match, but last night's show failed to do so. Now, there was nothing downright ugly about last night's show, as AEW is taking its time with its storylines, as Double or Nothing is just still 2 months away. However, Dynamite wasn't a show that treaded water, as it introduced new AEW hire Tony Storm, furthered the MJF Wardlow feud, continued laying the groundwork for Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson's efforts to build their own faction, and continued CM Punk's goal of winning a world championship. Now, Khan could have booked a night of filler under the assumption that most fans are paying attention to Wrestlemania, but he didn't. Another reminder of how important AEW's flagship show is. But what did you guys think of Dynamite last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Becky's new look. Becky Lynch is sporting a new hairstyle, courtesy of Bianca Belair cutting some of Big Time Bex's hair during this week's WrestleMania Raw. However, the Raw Women's Champion seems to be taking it in her stride and not only posted pictures of her new hairdo, but the following message for the EST. Bianca's tried to take everything from me. First the people, then she scarred my vessel of being that I worked so hard for. Then she tried to take my voice, now my hair, my defining feature. As important as all these things were or are to me, they mean nothing compared to my title, my world, my identity, my meaning. If she thought 26 seconds at SummerSlam was embarrassing, she has no idea just how bad WrestleMania is about to be. Becky also complimented herself on a new look, tweeting, "Joke's on you, Bianca Belair. I'll a cool laugh." What do you guys think of Becky's new look? Let us know in the comments down below. Personally, I think Bianca Belair's done her a favour. Next up, an AEW star exiting the company. Add Jurassic Express member Marco Stunt to the number of AEW stars whose contracts are not being renewed. Stunt, who debuted at AEW's inaugural Double or Nothing pay-per-view, was aligned with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, but has been off television of late, with Christian Cage in Jurassic Express's corner. A Fightful Select reports Stunt's contract will not be renewed when it expires this May. According to a report from Cultaholic, the split was said to have been amicable between Stunt and AEW, and the conversation with Daniels went well. AEW has so much talent right now that it's difficult to justify keeping the diminutive wrestler on its payroll. And finally, John Cena says he'll never beat this AEW star. And last but not least, John Cena's run as the Doctor of Thugonomics, where he insulted his opponents with freestyle raps, has led to comparisons with current AEW star Max Caster, as well as questions as to who might win a rap battle. While Cena's rapping days are long over, the 16-time world champion spoke with Forbes' Alfred Konuwa about who he thinks would win a verbal volley. I know Max Caster very well, and the answer is no. He's extremely gifted. I remember hearing him for the first time and asking a good friend of mine to please pass his information on to me. I immediately checked out his raps, out of the blue, and I saw what he was doing was spectacular. I wish him all the best of luck, but I can't give him any advice because he's punching far above my weight class. He is very gifted. He's gifted enough to rhyme to the beat live, where I kinda did my stuff a cappella to let the punchlines sink in. Cena talked about the evolution of rap and how it can also be applied to rapping wrestlers. Hip hop constantly evolves and it constantly moves forward, and he is a better version of what I did. He's really spectacular. As long as he keeps everything in realistic perspective, he shows great potential. Thankfully, wrestlers who spit game have come a long way from the horrific days of rappers like Men on a Mission's Oscar and WCW's PN News. But there you have it, folks, our look at Dynamite this week, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.